Well, good morning and welcome. Let's start this off right. Hello, and shout out to my supporters, contributors, those of you who's already signed up for the Omicron event. I mean, literally, somebody, I think the video was posted like not even an hour, and someone has already joined the Omicron event when I originally posted it. Then a couple hours later, the next person. So, for those of you who joined the Omicron event before December the 12th, there is a little special class I'm putting together for you. And during the actual Omicron event, you're going to know why the class is put together. So of course, good morning, honey. I've been up for about a good 45 minutes. Of course, I don't know about you guys. When I first get up, because I do not sleep with the heater on or anything when it's nippy outside, no heater while you're sleeping. When I first get up, I'm filled with mucus and shit, honey. I'm blowing my nose, letting all that phlegm and shit out. And so, anywho, I got rid of that like maybe like 20 minutes ago. Either way, and then of course I got my humidifier here with my lemon oil, my oregano oil, peppermint oil, cinnamon oil, all that good tea, honey. Okay. So of course, like I said, the blog spot, choosespiritlesssubaustar.com. Now, of course, I thought that I was giving people until Friday to sign up for the Omicron event due to that we're starting the initial event on the 19th. But I believe that I had that in mind because, of course, going into early access. So those of you who already signed up before, because I'm giving you guys till the 20th to sign up, which is Monday, and I'm assuming. No, we're not gonna say I'm assuming. I think I'm gonna have it to where we're gonna do Monday at 9 a.m. because we're already gonna be in the process of having everything going, and then of course that'll be the last minute touches for people who will still be joining. So, like I said, so the early access people, definitely the 19th, check your email, look out for even possibly a phone call. We'll be going over some things. And like I said, those who sign up on the 20th, okay, that day, once again, you'll be getting information on those things. Now, of course, I do want to reiterate, because of course, I'll tell people to go to the blog spot, but people, of course, still send me emails asking questions about the teas. So the difference between the 120 and the 221, of course, is the 120 just what? 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 Bella loves her mama. Thank you, mama. Thank you, honey. She loves her mama. Thank you so much. I know. Thank you. I know, mama. I know. He need to leave you alone. Leave my mama alone. Leave my mama alone. Leave my. Ooh, she heavy. Ooh, ooh. Mm. Leave my mama alone. Leave my mama alone. Okay. Leave her alone. Leave her alone. Okay. Anywho, so this between the 120 and the 221, which like I said is on the blog spot. We have that the 120 is just information above and support from the 19th to the 21st. Of course, if you sign up, leave my wig alone, girl. Of course, if you sign up on the 20th, you only have support for the 20th and the 21st. Those who do the 221, you're going to have extensive support. Now, of course, there's so much information that's going to be put in this event that even those of you who only signed up for the 120, after the 21st, you're no longer able to contact me because, of course, I tell you all this for like some of my classes, I offer to extended support, which means you can always hit me up about questions. Ooh, her hair, honey, so hairy. Ooh, girl, Bella, honey, and it gets me itchy. Either way, so for those of you who sign up with the 120, you're only going to have support during the event. After the event is over on the 21st, yeah, there's no sending me emails 3 or 4 days later and like, oh yeah, during the Omicron, no, we're not doing that because of course there's so much energy that's going into this event. Like behind the scenes, people know, of course, like I'm not going to put that out there. I'm not going to, say exactly what we're doing, but I'm going to explain to you a little bit of the process in this video to kind of, calm your nerves. For those of you who are like me, it's like, bitch, I need to know, I need to know, I need to know, I need to know. So for the 221, it is extended support up to 7 days after. So like I said, you're going to be getting homework in this event. You're going to be getting assignments for you. And once again, not to pass or to fail, but for you to access information that I feel like you need. Once again, and of course, I'm going to explain this. We are accessing vital information that is vital, I think, to your existence and even from this moment forward, what is to come energetically. Of course, we talked about this before. People didn't think it was coming, going into, some of the haters, girl. When we said 2020, girl, people was being funny and shit. Some people are like, oh, that means water. That means this, that means that. Ain't shit gonna happen. It's gonna be the same shit. And bam. It wasn't even 2020. It was 2019 when the shit came in. And the most crazy thing about it, energetically, I told y'all, I felt it. A friend of mine, she just had got COVID, and she's not even a friend of mine, she's an associate of mine. She just got COVID, I want to say like a month ago, 2 months ago, and it hit her. But she's like, girl, I think I had it already, da da da. But honey, when she got that 2 months ago, girl, she thought she was dying, girl. Mama was sending me documentation and shit. Like, I'm like, girl, I don't want to see that. Mama, I told Mama to wear a mask. I told Mama to sanitize, keep her distance, and people get a misunderstanding with this. You don't get it through breathing in other people's air. Of course, that's where TB coming at and all these other diseases that people are not really talking about, airborne diseases that affect your respiratory system and stuff. But you get it through droplets, okay? You get it through people spitting. You get it through people, when they do breathe, if they do have that, in a concealed place, let's say in a car, and it's cold outside, but the inside is getting hot. You start getting that little water that starts falling off of the window, the condensation, I believe that's what it's called. So that is how you get CR19. If you're not up on people, if you're not letting people spit on you and all that other good shit, honey, you're good. So of course, Mama thought I was a fool, and she was like, girl, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, listen, girl, it's your life, it's my life. You can play with it if you want to. I'm not playing, honey. Like I said, I've been dealing with the general public, I think even more in the past 2 years. Once again, I'm not vaccinated. Once again, I've not had COVID, okay? I deal with the general public. I've been dealing with the general public, I think, heavier since the pandemic. I do a lot of house calls, going into a whole bunch of stuff. So like I said, going into all that good stuff, if you're following the protocol and you're wearing your mask and you're keeping your distance and you sanitize, you should be good. I do still feel like, and like I said, I'm not going too much into this because it is what it is. But if you stay on top of your hygiene, that means brushing your teeth, gargling, washing your hands, washing your clothes. Once again, not sitting outside and coming in your bed with your shoes on and sleeping and shit. See, people used to think I was crazy for that. I'd be like, bitch, don't come in my room with your shoes on. Don't come in my bed with your shoes on. Oh my God, you're like a hypochondriac, huh? I sure am. But listen, let me tell you this. I'm very aware that germs are very easily spread. And I was that person, I always thought that my immune system was weak too, but it wasn't, and it's not. But either way, so going into, like I said, we predict a lot of stuff because energy was being sent out. Portals and stuff is open. I ever told y'all about dreams that I had up until that point. And I'll tell y'all this, and I would say this again. My main gift is energy. And one way that energy is decoded to me or interpreted to me is via my dreams. So me, myself, and I love sleeping. I don't sleep a lot. I don't sleep like 12 hours a day and all that good stuff. But I do get my 6 to 7 hours of sleep, and I do like to nap. Okay. Going into, especially with my schedule being very, very hectic, the past few months, like I literally nap as much as I can. Like I was on the phone yesterday with someone, honey, and I just remember just looking at what I was looking at, talking to them. Bam, I was out. I woke up 2.5 hours later. I was like, oh shit. So anywho, so that's how I get my information. My downloads come to me, as with you all as well, whether you're a dream interpreter or not. When you're sleeping, that is so important for your brain, for your spirit. And that's where your message is coming at. And of course, those people who are not connected to their higher mind, because of course, going into dream interpretation, it deals with people that are highly connected to their subconscious mind and their higher self. Those who are not really connected to their higher self like that, where you have to get into a meditation to reach your higher self. Leave that alone. Those who have to do that, the messages are still there. This is why you meditate and you relax to receive those messages, but they're still there in your bodies, right? They're still there ready for you to hit download. Bella, I'm about to put you out my room. Put you out my room right now, girl. So, anywho, so that's how I interpret my team. Like I said, I've seen a lot of stuff up until, when I start coming out publicly talking about it, because I was so secured in what I said, as I say with everything. I don't fight about stuff I'm not sure about. I don't talk about things I'm not sure about. If I do feel strong about what I say, I'm gonna voice it. And that's just that. So anywho, so going into that and going into the event that we're doing now, there's still energies and frequencies that are being sent out at a higher level. Now, of course, I'm not going to the 5G stuff because, of course, that leads into conspiracy theories and all the good stuff. Like I said, that's not me. I work with spirit. I don't work with the idea of people physically throwing out stuff. I do feel like sometimes spirit does give people messages and give people information on person, place, or things, and people who are not spiritually cautious or conscious, excuse me, people who are not spiritually conscious, they convey these messages without even knowing it, because that's just how the spirit works. That's just how the universe works. So either way, a lot of that do have to, and you hear the little growling in the background. Excuse me, Bella is fucking up baby right now because he keeps trying to hump her. So she's teaching him a lesson. Okay, I used to stop her. I'm not stopping her no more. So you hear him screaming, all that good shit, girl. That's not our business. Anywho, so a lot, like I said, information. So it is connected to these frequencies. Of course, this is still spiritual, subterranean. This is still, what they call deep space. If they want to go into that, girl, like I said. So we'll break all that down during the Omicron event. I do feel like the Omicron event is connected to, or the Omicron, variant of the shit they talk about. Hey, okay, not by my computer now, honey. Okay, I still do feel like Hurricane Ida. Okay, all this energy comes in. Hey, put this damn pause on my damn camera, y'all. That hand that covered that camera. Y'all, that covering of the camera right now was Anubis paw girl. He trying to tell me to get her to stop, and I'm not going to because he keep trying to help her. So either way, I won't hold y'all too long today. I got a lot I have to do again today, honey. I need to go get my nails done and shit too. Either way, so going into this Omicron event, like I said, I think it's very, very beneficial. And that's, I'm so glad, I'm so thankful for those of you who signed up for it, because I do feel like you're ready for the next step of your life. And of course, people will have many, many chances after this to get their stuff together, but it's going to be at a slower rate and it's going to take a lot more effort. So, of course, when opportunities are being presented to not just by me, but I'm sure there's a lot of people out there, because I do feel like we connect, nothing's new under the sun. When ideas come to us, I feel like there's other people that have those exact same ideas, but they give it to you the way they interpret it. So, going into all that, anybody who's out there to help humanity, people that are out there to help raise the vibrations and frequency on this planet, which I am definitely about that. I'm definitely about the contribution of that. That's why I'm not about race, gender, and religion, all that good shit. I do feel like those are puzzles and pieces that we're using to trace our steps. But I feel like in spirituality, we're here to unite. We're here to uplift. We're here to heal the planet. It is spiritual beings that's going to help raise the vibration on this planet. It's not religious, none of that. So that's why I get a little yeah, there's some fraud, fake, and phony shit going on here. And of course, and it's my interpretation of the energy that I'm seeing when people are claiming to be spiritualists, psychic, voodooists, priestess, all this other good. And we want to say voodoo because voodoo is religion. I mean, hoodooists, people that are into the arts, and they feel like you do whatever fuck you want. Magic is good and white and black. There's no right or wrong way to do it, whatever. People who say that shit, but yeah, they be like, oh, I don't do the gay people. I don't do the white people. I don't do the black people. I don't do this. I don't do that. In my mind, I'd be like, they're under some type of spell, because spirituality is healing. The whole purpose of Jesus and Buddha and Baha'u'llah and all these other ascended masters walking this plane is to be an example for us, is to help us to become who we're meant to be. But people actually use Christianity and Buddhism as a way, or I think a scapegoat, to push their fears and their lack of knowing thyself onto. I see Christian, or excuse me, spiritual people do that. I'm just like, yeah, mama. The shit that people are getting from you, they get from the church. Okay, they get from the pastor, they get from the priest. You're no different than them. And that's my only thing. Like I said, I don't hate people. I don't dislike people. When it comes down to being a humanitarian and somebody who has lived many, many lives on this planet, like I said, I understand the process. I understand, our falling from grace. Because even going into the spiritual alignments and the, anyway, I won't get into it here because they're setting up for the Omicron event. But even getting into that good stuff, we talk about falling from grace. So I understand that something way off the chart, right? Way from grace. And although they've been on this planet, or they've incarnated on this planet several times, they still are losing and being distracted by person, place, and things that are meant to keep them trapped. And I do feel like a lot of these spiritual people are here with that. I do feel like they are part of that programming, and I'm not going to take that back. And of course, those are the ones that get upset about what I say because, of course, they know it, they feel it. Okay, they're a little bit, not sure about exactly who they are, what they are. They just feel like there's a, I have to do this. There's a mission for me to do this, but it's like you didn't have the same mission fighting for your own freedom when you went to jail, when you had to file bankruptcy. You wasn't trying to negotiate shit with people there, right? Even going into spirits and stuff. There's spirits that are over money. There's spirits that is over sex. There's spirits that's over drugs. There's spirits that's over alcohol. So when you're able to identify these spirits, that's what allows you to break these habits. And I said it before and I'll always say it again. That's why I don't have any addictions when it comes to drugs, alcohol, and all the good stuff. I have other addictions, definitely not chemical addictions though. And when I say other addictions, those other addictions are make sure my credit stay good. That's an addiction, girl. I'm sitting here checking my credit score almost every motherfucking day. Hello? Making sure, bitch, I have money and shit saved up for just in case a rainy day motherfucking come. I'm addicted to that. I'm addicted to worrying about and contributing to my motherfucking future. I'm addicted to that. But drugs, sex, all that good stuff, girl, like I said, girl, that's not important to me. And of course, going into the essence of who I am and where I come from, my source, and some of your sources, you will also say, this shit does not matter to me. I'm not going to go through life temporarily fixing things that are permanently damaged, or things that need to be permanently fixed. I'm not going to sit here and play with the temporary fixations like drugs and alcohol just to numb it for a day or two or a couple of hours. Oh, come on in here. So going into the Omicron event, like I said, it was very, very important for me to get this out because of the information I got. And of course, like I said, in the event, we're going to go over some of that stuff. So those are different 221 goes for 7 days, a little more deep. Like I said, there's going to be homework given out for those who pay the 221. You're actually going to be able to, every single day, not on the hour, but several times throughout the day, keep up with me. I may even make it to where you can call me via a number to kind of, touch base with me energetically and, hey, what's going on? We're going to assess your energy before we start the event, during the event, and after event. Once again, those are those who pay the 221. For the 120, you're only going to have your energy assessed before the event. We're going to identify the issues, and then we're going to give you the homework for you to do for yourself, and then we're going to keep it moving. Okay. Hey, listen, girl. Hey, get out. get out, girl. So anywho, so hello once again. And like I said, going into Mystic and all this other stuff, y'all, so Mystic Persia, Tasmaya, Fallon Ferrari, and the new queen that reigns supreme has since she started, honey. And I would say she represents the true I am. She represents the person who knows my existence throughout this whole incarnate. Y'all, Bella, now let me tell you something about Bella. So Bella, I don't know what she thinks she is, but she nests herself. And what I mean by that is, if I have blankets, y'all, and I tell you, I sleep with very thin blankets and sheets because I get hot when I sleep, right? I don't have comforters. I don't do comforters. I don't do none of that. The most obsessive thing I have on my bed is either sheets or pillows. So Bella will actually take these sheets and she'll like fold them and shit. Like take her nose, put them up in the air, take her paw and roll them and shit, y'all. This bitch is like, she's very smart. But so that's what she's doing right now because the cover's on my feet and she keeps moving them. And I'm like, girl, let me put that over there. So now that's over there. Now she's comfortable. So either way, going into the newest aspect of me, which I barely introduced to y'all, Goddess Merkaba. And of course, two people call me that. And of course, I know because they are connected to my higher self and they are awakened to their higher self. So that's why they call me that. And of course, it's not for everybody to call me that. You call me whatever the fuck you want to. It's not what you call me, it's what I answer to, girl. As long as you don't call me a hoe, a slut, whatever, girl. Like I say, any of you do, girl. Okay, or boy. Honey, if I don't answer, girl, it's not for me, okay? If it doesn't apply, I let the shit motherfucking fly, okay? But you call me a nigger, bitch, that shit does not apply to me, girl, so I'm not offended about any of that, honey, okay? So let's talk about it. Going into Goddess Merkaba, we talk about, a whole bunch of stuff going into ancient Jewish mysticism, which, of course, that's one of my backgrounds. So, of course, like I said, we won't get too far into that because I do feel like everything is for the motherfucking public. Okay, because people have their opinion about person, place, or things that they know nothing about. Okay. It's like a white person advising a black person on black culture. Bitch, you don't know nothing about that. So how the fuck you sitting here advising me on the fuck what the fuck that is, girl? You never even walked them out of that motherfucking shoe. Well, spiritually, I'm connected. Well, good for you, bitch. Okay. Anywho, and I say that with love. So Goddess Merkaba, and of course, if you read the Bible, we know that in the Ezekiel chapter, Ezekiel 1 chapter, I think it's Ezekiel 1 verses, I believe it's 1 through 28, goes over the Merkabah, which is the chariot, right? And this chariot was carrying ascended masters, right? And of course, the chariot is driven by, and this is quote from the Bible, living creatures, four living creatures. Each of the creatures have four wings, and each of the creatures have four faces: a human face, a lion's face, an ox face, and an eagle face. And of course, symbolically, these things mean something. Okay. And like I said, I'm not going into that because that's not what I'm here for. So, going into the Merkaba and how it connects to us all, it is a vehicle of light. Mer being light, Ka meaning spirit or body, or excuse me, spirit or soul, and Ba meaning body. So, it is a spirit of light that connects our physical body with our energetic body. And when someone is coming from, as I call metaphysicalist, bitch, I always get that name fucked up. We're just gonna say somebody who deals with the metaphysical world, okay? Bitch, I don't know why I get that shit twisted up, girl. But either way, someone who's able to identify those energies, i.e., Reiki masters, i.e., holistic practitioners, I consider these people, Merkaba gods and goddesses because they're able to identify that light, those energies that represent who you are. So not just the physical. Okay, they're seeing the eyes, they're seeing the abdomen, they're seeing the ass, they're seeing the legs, they're seeing the kneecaps, all the good stuff. But they're also identifying and seeing like, wait a minute, there's some blockages here in the heart space, in the stomach, and all that good stuff. And so either way, going into that, it is our duty, right, as human beings, if we want to have a happy, healthy life. Once again, I can only speak about my experiences. I can only speak about things that I use that has helped me go through even the current pandemic that we're dealing with. Okay. Like I said, dealing with people, I've been exposed to people who had CR19 and did not get it. Okay, so going into this, the Merkaba is actually a vehicle of light, like I said before, that protects us. It connects us. It transports us to higher states of consciousness, or what we call other realms or other dimensions. So a lot of us actually interact with this energy, and we're not aware of it. We want to know what it's called. A lot of us are interested in herbs and crystals and even going into magical practices, and we don't know why. We think it's cool. Oh, I watched Sabrina the Teenage Witch. I watched Rainbow Serpentine, and I was so, intrigued by the book of this and this and that. But of course, going into that, of course, we're gonna be very, very cute but real with this. Dealing with the Merkaba. Stop it. Dealing with the Merkaba and dealing with, listen, and Bella thinks she cute. She tried to distract me. Let me try to distract your mama. You may young, okay? Dealing with the Merkaba and dealing with even something else I'm going to mention. We have to do these things with caution. We have to make sure that we're protected. We have to know thyself. Everything is not for everybody. Okay. People start getting into invoking these energies, and I'm interested in putting up an altar because somebody talked about Oshun. I thought she's so pretty. And I'm like, oh my God, I connect with her. So now I'm going to do an altar for her. And all of a sudden your life start getting fucked up because of course there are spirits and there are energies you have to go through before you can get to these deities, kind of, going back over what we talked about the other day. And these energies connect with you. So when you're not connected or you're not fully awakened of who you are in the physical realm, let's talk about it right now. You're not comfortable being the black female that you are. You're not comfortable being the black whatever, the white whatever, because of course everybody can be connected to a shoe girl. Okay, we're going into spiritual lineage, girl. Spirit does not have a race, gender, or religion. So if a man can manifest in this life, or a being can manifest in this life as a white male, and he could definitely be more connected to a shun than you because you're black and you want to wear cowrie shells and a turban and a dashiki. That means nothing, honey. That's you trying to find out who you are when you don't know who you are. Because girl, once again, if you weren't brought up in that culture, Rastafarian, if you wasn't brought up in a culture like over there in that land, then once again, you're trying to find out who you are. So that's why you're gravitating towards, or you're trying to pick up those things, right? So, like I said, when you're not aware of who you are, but you feel and you still acknowledge you're connected to Oshun, you have to go through the layers of yourself, which is called shadow working. You have to go through all of the energies that is connected to you, that is putting obstacles in between you and the God or goddess that lives within you. Okay, also known as the energy. So when you're not comfortable with you, when you don't know who you are in this realm and why you even manifest in this realm as a black female, as a black male, as a white male, as a Christian male, as a Christian Jewish woman, whatever, when you're not comfortable with that, which means you're not knowing and you're not identifying that, then the spirits that you are attracting, you might feel like, oh my God, I know I'm connected to a shoe. Now you're attracting these spirits that are wannabe energies, that are having you for that you are the daughter or the son, or you're connected, you're a part of that lineage of Oshun, when you're really not. And that's why the finances is fucked up. That's why the health is fucked up. And like I said, I can only practice or talk about preach what I motherfucking practice. Like I said before, I want anybody out there that knows me. I can make phone calls. People know me for years. Anybody that's ever known me to ask anybody for anything. Anybody that's known me to say, oh my God, y'all, I'm feeling so bad right now. And we talk about energetically. Oh my God, I'm going through something right now. I really need some help. Can someone please help me? Oh my God, I just lost this. I just lost that. So I'm going to drink. I'm going to pop a pill. Once again, I'm not saying that to brag or boast. I'm saying because I can identify energies. I know myself. I love myself. I accept myself. And of course, some changes was made. Once again, spiritually speaking, and that's my concern, not yours, is when I manifested into this realm, into this life, things were changed based on my comfortability, as many of you do. Tattoos made you comfortable. Putting dreadlocks in your hair make you comfortable. Growing your hair out make you comfortable. Getting breast implants make you comfortable. Losing weight made you comfortable. All these things are additives and enhancements, but they're not who you are. So when we know ourselves, when we love ourselves, and like I said, the inner God or inner goddess wakes up in us, now we start to pull on the qualities in quantity of the spirits or the entities that we feel that we're connected to, because we are connected to them. What represents us or what aspects of us is what aspects of them, and so forth, so forth. So everything in our world, we're reflecting back to us who we are and what we are. And some of you forgot that. And that's why we seek after spiritual advisory. That's why we seek after spiritual doctors and teachers to get us back to that spot. Anybody who wants to keep you stuck in yourself right here and right now and want to help you be comfortable with being a gay male or a gay female or a black male or a black female or a white male or a white female, and they feed into that, they are teaching you to accept ego and arrogance, which kills off your spirit. And you can leave that or you can motherfucking check that. It won't bother me, honey. I'm here to plant seeds, and you know, if the seeds are good for you, they are. If they're not good for you, girl, we keep it moving, girl. I'm not here to fight a debate over that. Like I said, I can only tell you what have worked for me through all my traumas. I can only tell you what's worked through me or for me, through me, for all of my purposes. Okay. And so going into all that good stuff, like I said, there are spirits out there that people be claiming they're connected to. And of course, it's still a part of the Omicron event, right? Because that's the whole purpose of this. So I was dedicating the videos for that. The whole process of people saying they're connected to deities and frequencies. Oh, come on in here. But yet, these spiritual entities and deities and energies, gods and goddesses, that whatever the hell they want to call them, that they're connected to, deals with revoking, releasing, and cutting contracts, whether it's in this realm, another realm, the last life, the future life, or the current life. And we go over the spirits and energies that I'm connected to. And of course, we're not going to drop them all, because once again, it's not your damn business. So we talk about publicly Ganesha, we talk about publicly Oshun. Okay, we also talk about Santa Manta as well, and we'll keep that there. Okay, and of course we mention other people. If you don't remember that, girl, you don't remember that, honey. Either way, all the deities I just mentioned deals with revoking and cutting spiritual ties and contracts, because spiritual ties are still contracts. Those are contracts that you made. They are binding universal law contracts. When you decide to have intercourse or intimate connections with person things, a lot of people think that you only got to have sex with people to create spiritual ties with people. You could have intimate conversation with people to create spiritual ties. It could be just a random exchange in a store. One a good example is, hi, oh my God, I like your shoes. And you're like, oh my God, thank you so much. Oh, you're welcome. All this good stuff. Words have power. Now there's an exchange of energy there. And that's why I tell people this, privately. I told my sister a while ago, like, you know what I noticed? And I don't know if people are aware of this, but when people compliment you and you be like, oh my God, thank you, they don't say nothing else. And I just noticed that this year, 2021, that people would do that. And I'm like, are people becoming consciously aware, or they're not even knowing what is taking place in this dimension right now? Are they not aware of it? Because, like I said, going into the whole thing, thank you, you're welcome. I know they said those are polite words, please, thank you, and all the good stuff. But I'm like, yeah, mama, I complimented you, girl, and you tell me thank you for complimenting you, girl. I don't have to say you welcome. Girl, I said what I said and I kept it moving. So it's like, girl, I'm noticing that. So, like I said, when these energies are coming into play, or you're connected, excuse me, going into spiritual ties, when you are connecting with people at an intimate level, you're exchanging energy, you're creating a spiritual tie. Going into being subscribed to YouTube videos, being subscribed to YouTube people, always cute is fun. You're creating spiritual ties with these people, letting people read you, whether it's for free or it's for paid. You are creating spiritual ties. As I mentioned before with somebody, and I won't mention this, I won't say this a lot because I want to do something possibly tomorrow, Sunday, but somebody I was connected to recently, I want to say over the past like 3 or 4 years, things are happening to this individual. And I was like literally putting up barriers between the energy because I was like, yeah, bitch, energy jumps. And this person is attracting person, place, and things to them. And they're attracting ultimately what is going on in their life. So of course I wanted to access their mind because of course going into the whole, the higher stuff is in the head. So your mind holds power to all of that. So what you think and how you feel about self, it becomes true for one. For three, right? Because of course that's 1 and 2. But for three, what you think, how you feel also cause things to be manifested and pulled through you to you. So that's why I say all the things that you've been thinking, oh my God, someone cursed me. No, bitch, it's the way you think. So I have to once again, assess and access your higher thinking. That's why I do consultations. People during a consultation think that I'm only paying attention to the words they're speaking. No, honey, during your consultation, girl, your higher self is also talking. And I'm paying attention to that while I told that girl, Mama, I don't think spiritual work is going to work for you. I think you need to go see a psychologist. I think there's something really, really going on with you. I think some real, real serious trauma there. We could definitely spiritually open that up and reset that. But if you keep the same mind frame that you have, which the psychologists help you break patterns and habits pathologically, then you're going to just keep attracting this to you. So I definitely advise you to go get help from a real psychologist. Definitely spiritually, I'm willing to help you, but like I said, you still need that physical stuff. And so, like I said, in that same aspect, okay, this person was attracting these experiences to them because I don't want to get too far for that. And things were happening, like things were dying. They were losing this, they were losing that, like they were going crazy. And I said, oh, hell no, spirit. Like I said, I wanted to access that brain. I wanted to access that. And of course, I like to get permission for people. Of course, I don't need permission, but I feel like people get offended when you access information that they don't want you to know, going into my best friend and stuff, girl, she always be like, bitch, I out, bitch. Girl, you so fucking nosy, bitch. And Spirit is nosy too. She told me this a week ago. She's like, bitch, you real nosy. And Spirit is nosy too because Spirit told you some real personal shit. And I'm just like, girl, I mean, should I not have known that? Like, bitch, we're connected, huh? So like I said, I just feel like it offends people. So I try not to get information about people without their permission. I'm like, hey, and I feel like the information is more pure and it's straight on when you get permission too. So either way, this person, I did not get permission to access that energetic field, but I know there's things going on and it's still going on. And I said, bitch, see, because you out here watching shit, you out here being involved in shit that is not your higher purpose. It does not serve your higher purpose. And so, of course, going into the Omicron event, like I said, we're going to be dealing with all that good stuff. Going back into what I mentioned about the deities, the energies, because, of course, I want to stay on track because I'll be here for hours if I don't. Going into the energies I deal with Ganesha and Oshun and Santa Mata, we're dealing with, once again, resurrections and death, ending of things, bringing new things in, having the secrets of the universe, accessing uh, files. One of them is the Akashic records, accessing files that are stored away in the ethers that we're all connected to, right? We sprouted from. All of our lives exist there. Once again, going into past life regressions. Like I said, Akashic records is one of the things that people can access to get that information. And you can see right there how many lives you had. I shared this with y'all publicly, I believe, but privately, we'll even talk about it during the Omicron event if you want to know how many lives I've had. I've seen for myself with my own eyes how many lives I've had. And I was like, damn, girl, I'm an old bitch. Like, and I don't want to use that word. I want to use ancient, but it's like, damn, honey. And then going into another past life regression I did for somebody. I believe it was one of y'all on here because I do it for my in-person clients and people on here. But I did a past life regression for one of you, and it said that you had only 7 lives here. And I was just thinking to myself, like, how's that possible? Like, we've always existed, but I guess this energy being transformed and being reset, I don't know. But I'm like, how is that possible to have only 7 lives? That means going back 700 years. But of course, Spirit is like, no, you can't calculate that because the 7 lives that they've had was on this planet. Oh, come on in here. So it was like, okay. But I was just like, how the fuck is that possible? 7 lives? Like, bitch, each life was about 100 years. Possibly if you were, during Genghis Khan time, 200 years at a time, 235 years, 245 years, whatever. But I'm like, damn, like that's to even think about that. You've only been on this planet under 1,000 years. Like, it's like, girl, you're a baby. And so, anyway, so accessing that during the Omicron event, we're going to have that. For those of you who are in the Omicron event, and of course, obviously, we talked about it. You trust me, of course, I trust you, and I'm so appreciative of that. We're going to access these past lives, and we're going to see which past lives or life, because of course you have many of them. Then of course we're going to identify the common source, why you keep having these lives, and what has trickled over into this life that's causing you the blockages that you're having. And then once we identify that, right, with the help of our spirits, our ancestors, and the spirits that are with you physically and spiritually, which I'm going to go into a little bit of a story because of course someone asked me the other day, Mystic, let me drink some water, y'all, because I'll just keep going, girl. Y'all know I have a lot to say, girl. The little bit of 8 hours I used to be on here, girl, was a little piece of what I had to say. Either way, someone asked the other day, is it possible for spirits to look like someone else when we see them? And I tell y'all, yes. And I'm going to go into that a little lightly. So we're going to access these past lives. We're going to see. And of course, it depends on how much free time we have. I'm even willing to walk you through your past life. Once again, I'm a Reiki master. If you need my credentials, I can definitely show you that. I'm a certified, I deal with hypnotherapy. So going into that past life regression, all that stuff deals with all that good stuff. So I'm able to go access that and walk you through that. With your permission, like I said, we have enough time. I'll be willing to walk you through that so you can see with your own eyes why you're attracted to people that you're attracted to in this life, why you hate certain people in this life, what made you manifest in this life as a, white woman, black woman, whatever it is, And so we can walk you through, like I said, you can see that. Going in very, very quickly too, we're going to go into, like I said, with your permission, of course, we're going to access your files. Okay, we're going to keep it there because the Akashic Records is one of them. Okay, and people are going to say, you're not saying our like Kundalini. You're not saying Kundalini, right, bitch? Kiss my Kundalini ass, bitch. Okay, how about that? I know what fuck a Kundalini is, bitch. I know what fuck Akashic Record is too, honey. We get into that too, girl. Bitch, we get into that too, girl. Either way, we're going to access that. And like I said, we're going to see finances, health, love, and we're going to go off of that. Of course, you may have questions after that information is presented to you, but I'm definitely going to present that to you because, of course, going into the energies that are being presented to this planet, it's meant to lower your vibrations. It's meant to continue to fall further and further into your root. And we talked about this before too, and I'll be done. Christianity, Buddhism, and a lot of the religions teach you that if you do A, B, C, D, E, F, G, you are going to hell. And the reality of it, the hell like place that you were in, we've already been there. This is why we have a great fear in this life of going back because we've already been there. So to be in the third dimension, to be in the third space, come in here, to be in the current realm that we're in right now, to have access to all information, spiritually, physically, emotionally, mentally, to know that, like I said, we should not have fear over that no more. We should be able to say, hey, anyway. So either way, we've fallen from grace. And like I said, the energy that's being put out there is to continue to make you fall. Now, of course, the powers that be have to tell you things subliminally because they know this energy is being wrapped up. See, in the beginning, they could have said the Omicron event or variant is coming out, right? And once again, this for educational purposes, okay? And my spiritual interpretation of what exactly is going on. So they had to wait until this was all being wrapped up now, right? To tell you what this energy is, but they had to put part lies, part deception, and part truth. And that's why they said Omicron. And people are like, oh, there's going to be more variants on this stuff. Yeah, but this right here is setting a tone and saying like, listen, girl, listen, guys, listen to all my spiritual awakening people out there, girl. This is your last chance to get your shit together. Okay. And like I said, that's why we're seeing so many shifts on this planet right now. I told y'all this before, and I will say this. I feel like down south have a lot of hurricanes. Down south have a lot of real fucked up shit that happens down south along the Bible Belt and all the good stuff, because these people have a lot of hate, a lot of resentment, a lot of anger going into past issues, racism, sexism, homophobia. So these places that have higher counts of that's why people keep waiting for the downfall of California. And Christians be like, oh girl, California next, because they got all those homosexuals. California is a very loving state. Now, you got some very fucked up people here. Like I said, you still got some racist people here. But when it comes down to it, girl, California is about helping people. We are about helping people, okay, especially those who really need it. So like I said, going and said that's why things have been offset. They said the big earthquake was supposed to happen 150 years ago and it still have not happened. That's why it's been offsetted, okay? Wildfires, girl, that's been caused by humans do not count for natural disasters. So like I said, things here have not took off the way that people are wanting to take off because like I said, there's loving energy here. And of course, we know that LA has had, they were hit hard with the corona. We know that they have a lot of landslides. They have a lot of earthquakes every single day. We know this already. But also going into frequencies and vibrations, we're vibrating at a very high rate during these days, especially during these days. And when I say these days, I want to say for sure since 1972. We're operating at a very higher vibration. We're vibrating at a very high frequency. So when people are in an area that are hateful of not only themselves but other people, the earth has to give us back what we give it. So because the earth is energy, come on in here. We are also energy. So when we give off, the earth responds back to us. So like I said, once again, this is why hurricanes and earth weird shit, girl, is attracted to theirs. Now, of course, we're not gonna leave out other countries like Australia or other places like Australia. We're not gonna live off, when they get these typhoons and these big ass fucking events, tsunamis and stuff. There's a lot of underground stuff that take place there that people are not talking about. But a lot of American leaders, okay, a lot of Canadian leaders, we'll say leaders from all around the world go take part in. They go to these places, they do their dirty shit. And like I said, we're going to keep that there because it's not about that, okay? So we have to be very conscious and cautious about what energy we put out because it will always come back to us. And so like I said, that's where that is with that. So once again, during the Omicron event, because of course, like I said, I don't want to keep going sideways, honey. Okay. Once again, with the Omicron event, we're going to identify person, place, or things that are blocking you from your past lives. Maybe there was a trauma that happened, where you were, I don't know. Maybe you did some shit. And also this goes into generational curses too. This goes into generational curses and even generational blessings. Okay. A lot of you, it's not just your great grandmama had a contract with the demon or with this spirit, and now the spirit runs rampant over you where you have to go steal shit and you gotta go, because all that is generational curse. I don't care about it say. You have to steal all your life, you have to rob all your life, you were gang banging all your life, killing innocent people all your life. Girl, that is demonic, that is satanic, and those spirits are definitely riding a motherfucking ass. You have no power over self when that energy is there. So going into that, a lot of us, like I said, we had many, many lives. And so in our past lives, we did some shit. We made contracts with spirits. When we passed on, we got stuck in limbo. We're forced to come back down here. And we had to keep living out that contract over and over and over again. So we're going into dealing with spirits that deals with contracts, spiritual contracts, and revoking them. We're able to cut those ties and release them. You're able to break those connections and say, oh my God, I made a connection with the spirit. Okay. And the spirit got me together. We went over this in AOK. We went over this in Summons of Conjures. We went over this in the, what was it? There was other one about the Nephilims. We went over that. And now in the Omicron, we're putting the icing on the motherfucking cake. It is very, very important to identify energies that are blocking you in your, not just this life. It's manifesting this like this where your consciousness is at. But it's very, very important to access why you're having money problems in this life. Did you rob somebody in your past life? Did you rob a bank? Is there money hidden somewhere in this world that you existed a long time ago, 300, 400 years ago, and you hid this money somewhere? And so now, bitch, the karmatic debt that you have is to go through this life struggling, and I need help. Let's talk about it. Going into place the limits on self, going into the mind, the Merkaba. Once again, the Merkaba also is a chakra, which is in your mouth, which actually goes all the way. And I won't say this, but I will say this, going into a lot of ritualistic murders and killings. They shoot people in the mouth and it goes in the mouth and it angles through the top of the head because that's the Merkaba. I'm going to keep that there. So like I said, going into that, accessing that point and raising your frequencies, going into other realms and other dimensions. Once that energy is together and you're able to tap into the other dimensions, now, of course, like I said, you can identify, oh my God, this is why ABC to G is happening. This is why I can't keep a man. I can't get a man. This is why I can't get a job. I can't keep a job because I was that bitch. I told y'all very, very, well, I didn't tell y'all, but we're going to talk about it right now, just very, very lightly. Then I'm going to tell my story. I'm going to motherfucking go. I have a friend of mine who had a lot of issues with finances in this life. And they were like, damn, there's a lot going on. And it's like when I take one step forward, I get pushed 2 steps back. And I'm like, damn, I heard that saying my whole motherfucking life. What the fuck is going on with here? What the fuck's going on here, sis? And so I asked, I said, I really want to know. And this is not me, your physical friend, ask you this. This is me, the higher self that connects with you. That's why we're even in each other's life. That really want to know to honestly help you. What make you feel like these steps are happening? So they explained the story to me. Some of the story. I'm like, okay, so girl, this is what they're conscious of. Maybe you need to rephrase the question because this person said they're spiritually inclined too. So like, maybe I need to rephrase the question so that way their subconscious mind can tell me what it is. So I'm like, higher self, you know who you are, the great one. I'm calling out this energy in her. And what is it that's bothering you that has followed you from here to there, blah, blah, blah. And bam. She's like, well, something about a judge and something about this and that and da-da-da-da. And I was like, a judge? And I'm like, well, maybe she was referring to in this realm, going into the bankruptcy and stuff, her going to the courts and this judge making her file bankruptcy on it. So I don't know what she's talking about. So I'm going to get some deeper insight on it. So mind y'all, this was probably a couple of years ago when we initially started this. But then I was like, well, now we're moving into another phase. We're raising our vibrations, we're raising our frequencies, and we're coming into our goddess frequency, right? We're accessing our inner goddess and inner god energy because it has to be balanced, right? We have to access our Shakti energy. So I'm like, you know what? Spirit, I need you to identify in everyone that's around me blockages so I can assist them on it. So, if they don't take heed to it, come 2022, I'm letting them go as friends. Y'all, this is what I said, y'all, back in 2020. When 2022 come and I give these people these seedlings and they decide to say, bitch, fuck you, da 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 da. Okay, bitch, yeah, we're not friends anymore. I gotta let you go. And it's not me trying to dictate you on living your life, but it's about me being through shit, me going from being hungry and starving, me attracting broken relationships and friendships into my life, me having financial issues, me being in debt, me having emotional trauma, all the shit. For me going from that person to being this person I am today, still being a work in progress, right? Because you never fully heal. Like when you have any addictions to drugs and alcohol, it is a constant fight for sobriety. So we're constantly working on healing of thyself. It's a never ending process. Once the healing is done, then bitch, we motherfucking go bye-bye because we're here to heal. We're here to retrace those steps back. And so I was like, let me identify the spaces. I identified spaces in other people. And of course, they grasped on. Two people, unfortunately, did not grasp onto these concepts. So, of course, I've already let one of them go, and the other one will be let go after the 21st because I do feel like there's some type of awakening happening within them because they posted something 2 days ago. And I said, oh, come on in your spirit. They said, I'm not smoking no more. I'm not drinking no more. And I said, oh, maybe maybe the seed is being sprouted out right now. I don't know. But come the 21st, if they have not said, bitch, I'm willing to blah, 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 bitch, you gotta go. Anywho, so I'm getting a deeper insight. And this year, there was so much going on spiritually and, going into the next phase. And the whole reason why I'm here, stepping stones to get into the next space and the next place that I'm trying to get into. So I'm like, well, I'm here in this sacred spirit with these sacred energies and my sacred ancestors and other people who are allowing me to be with them in person and introduce them to their culture and their people. I want to get as much information as I can. And literally, Spirit showed me. Oh God, this kind of gets me a little emotional here. Spirit showed me how I am connected to this person. And I tell people this, everyone that we're connected to in this life that we find we're very fond about. Like something about them attracts us to them. And we're not talking about, oh, they look beautiful. Oh, I love their attitude. I love how they talk. Something about their frequency makes us say, I feel, once again, in my opinion, my spiritual experience and opinion, that we are connected with these people because we've had lives with them. And we have not had many, many lives with them. We've had a few lives with them. Those who I have become very close friends with were, girl, we could fart in front of each other. We could, bitch, we talk about everything. We're not embarrassed. We're not uncomfortable. We've had many, many lives together. And so going into this person I was connected to in a past life that we had together a few hundred years ago. And this person was a very crooked person. And of course, I won't get into this too deep because I did not get permission from this person to tell you guys this story. And of course, this is very personal. But I will say a little background. They were a very crooked, evil person. They would put people in jail, fucked uply. They were very, very addicted to smoking. We'll just keep there smoking and drinking, but they were just fucked up. And literally, towards the end of their demise, because I was like, if you want to know how you passed away, it's funny now, but I was like, if you want to know how you passed away, I could tell you because I saw that too. And they're like, nope, nope, that's going to traumatize me. I'm going to have nightmares. I said, honey, well, you have access to that though. You can see for yourself how you passed away. But right before their demise, right? And of course, we knew each other, but from the flip side. So I was not helping this person put people behind bars illegally and shit during this time frame. But I was one of the victims that actually got away. And I said, oh, you nasty ass bitch. Anywho, right before this person demise, they were actually told by someone that your days are numbered and you believe that this is your only life, but you have many more lives to come. And I ask that the spirits that reign over you, this is not verbatim, but this is what they were saying. The spirits that are over you hold you to the contracts you're building for yourself in this life right here. Right before that, this is justifiable. They took this person out. Now, it's also shocking that this person, and it's not really shocking, but it is kind of shocking, that this person in this life was a man. Okay. In this life, they're a woman. But in this life, they were a man. And even though this was their life 4 lives ago, either way, that is the heaviest life that brought over things to this life. So this is why in this life, as I mentioned before, for many of us, this is our last opportunity to get our spirit right. Some of this our last life going into this is my very last life. When it's done here, there's no more earthly incarnation, Sonny. If I stay on track, and I do feel like I'm on track, I still, every day it's a process, but definitely, honey. So going into this life, this is why they had a lot of bankruptcy. They had a lot of problems, and the system they were over dealt with property and stuff too. And I said, oh, well, that explains why you went bankrupt. That explains why you lost property. That explains why you were always getting a short end of sticks every business investment that you had, because of course Spirit was basically telling you, hey sis, before you manifest this new life, you need to clear up your ties. And so now you have the information you need to work on. And sure enough, y'all, planning to see this person earlier this year, and moving forward, this person has been clearing out energy, and you could feel it. Like this person, they feel lighter, and it's like, girl, like it's literally spiritual baggages that we bring with us from other lives, whether it's from this realm, another realm, it does not matter. We bring these baggages with us, and this is why we have health problems, going into diabetes, going into high cholesterol, going into blood pressure. I talked about this before, and I will say this again. Any element, any disease that we have, once again, bleeds over from a past life into this life. We're still placing the limitations on us by placing things, but definitely by the way that we're thinking and we're feeling, because the universe that we live in currently right now, the consciousness that we live in right now, is a thought process and it's a feeling process. So when we feel like something and we believe it, oh my God, I think I'm coming down with something. Oh my God, I think I'm sick. I think I'm sick. I think I'm sick. Bitch, now you are going to be motherfucking sick. We're attracting these things to us. So like I said, a lot of diseases and ailments we have are connected to us because we're placing limitations on us. Going into, I told y'all before, my great grandmother actually was diagnosed with breast cancer. Okay, a white and Native American woman. She was diagnosed with breast cancer, but it was a misdiagnosis. So imagine living your life, and of course, this kind of, ooh, girl, gets me together too thinking about it. Imagine living your life though, and being traumatized by your life experience, right? And then you become older and you make a family, right? And then you go to a doctor, and this is like from what I was told, like in the 50s and stuff, 40s or 50s, and to go to the doctor and the doctor tell you that you have breast cancer and that you're dying. So they're literally like, let's take this one. And, oh, no, to the next one. Then come to find out you never had breast cancer. So my great grandmother lived her life traumatized, y'all. And she'll have lived 20 years, like 24 years after that. I won't say thank God, but imagine living your life every day, girl, like really thinking that you have something, you were misdiagnosed with it. Like, oh my God, y'all. And so, like I said, coming into this, we're moving into a whole nother realm, and we have the ability to know ourselves and to heal ourselves and to attract everything and everyone in our life that we need. And that is a privilege from the universe. That is a real gift from the universe. I always used to wonder, and now I don't have to wonder no more. Why is the present moment called the present, as if we're being gifted something? People are like, yeah, you're gifted life. But it goes deeper than that. You're not just gifted life. You're given a new opportunity. You're gifted a new opportunity to make things right with your past lives, to acknowledge your past lives. And even going to this too, that's why I don't waste my time fighting with religious people or people who are not cognitive and or spiritually aware of their past lives, who want to be focused on religion and, oh, astrology is against God and da da da. I'm not about to fight with you on that, honey, because you're still an infant. You might be 80 years old with this concept. You might be 110, but you're still a baby in the essence of you're new to this, honey. Okay, you're new to this, girl. I grew to this. You know what I mean? You're new to this. I grew to this. So it took me many lives to get it right. And you are just barely learning that. So I have to let you learn from your own perspective, your own space of consciousness. And if you want to keep that, you have to keep that. But bitch, when you're in that process of being rejuvenated and coming back down, you're going to think about that. And this time, you're going to remember everything that I said. This time around, you're going to have everything that anybody ever watched, anybody ever told you anything about getting your spirit together and getting your higher self. This life, you're going to remember it. I guarantee you, when this life is said and done, you're going to remember it. You're going to remember it. Mark my word. Mark my word. We are working in a place and a space of our energetic bodies and our physical bodies. We know that all of our memories, past, present, and also ideas of the future is stored there. So if we're working in the physical plane with the physical body and the energetic bodies, then we die and we transfer into the full awareness of our energetic body. Everything we experience, we hold on with us, right? So the other lives, we kind of lost that in translation, like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. But like I said, this life, you're going to remember it, honey. I'm going to keep that there. So very, very lightly before I be done with this, honey, because I need to save some of my energy, okay, for the Omicron event. Okay, I need to give my people all of what they need, honey. We need the great Eve mtDNA to come on in here, y'all. See, a lot of people are not ready for that. We need Eve to come in here, girl. We need Mother and Goddess Eve to come on in here, and she could bring in her children, Mother Isis and Sekhmet and Oshuna, you my God, and Santa Martha. Okay, come on in here, and we know that God and Goddess Ganesha. Okay, we need to bring her and him up in here. Hello. Anywho, so I told y'all, I believe I did. I'm not too sure. So something was going on spiritually. I told y'all a little event happened for me at the end of November. And in the beginning of November, we were dealing with a lot of threes and all that good stuff. So of course we're in that state, and of course we're getting ready for this event too. What we're gonna be doing an Omicron event, we got ready for like I want to say back in August. So I was slowly getting stuff together. Either way, let me drink some water. Because girl, when I'm done with this, I'll be so fucking dehydrated. Like, girl, I'll be girl. Woo, girl. Anywho, so I had a spiritual experience in November. And first off, it was a physical experience. Something happened physically, and I won't bore y'all with that story. I won't go into that. So something happened physically. And I was like, I need to see what's going on, because I think that magic start from, once again, educational purposes and my opinion due to experience, that things manifest in different dimensions before it comes down into this dimension. So this is why psychics are able to access past, present, and future events, because it's in the other realms, and people that are psychics, mediums, channelers, real ones, they're able to tap into that energy and say, aha, this is where the arrows are coming from. And even the Bible speaks about the arrows, and I guess we won't even get into that. So when these arrows are being sent, these arrows could, go through dimensions and hit you, even going into the past life and your future life stuff. These are happening right now, but just on different dimensions. That's why we're able to tap into that. That's why we said information is stored in these places, because going even into parallel universes, even going into acknowledgments, all the good stuff. Yes, in this realm, in this space, it is still the same earth, but like I said, I still feel like there's different parts of this earth, and that life that you had in 1400s, you're still living it right now. It's still going over and over and over. And I want to give a shout out to that too, an American Horror Story, because an American Horror Story, it showed at the end. Remember when the coven at the end, when the lady, she died with the Axeman, and they kept reliving this part over and over again? That is talking about the timeline of a past life that someone have had. So you keep reliving that. So you keep accessing that. Okay, you have access to that. Other people have access to that, because it's going on right now. Okay, going into slavery, going into whatever history they told you about, it is still happening right now. Okay, come on in here. Either way, and we got gatekeepers of time and all that good stuff, honey. We won't get into that either, honey. The Nephilims and all that. Anywho, which actually guards the third dimension, honey. They're gatekeepers of the third dimension, honey. Or going into the fourth dimension, third going into the fourth. Either way. Okay. So events were happening, and I like to go within, right? I like to understand I don't know why that makes me laugh. I'm always thinking about the Philadelphians and the Hematations. You know, they always used to say that I overstand and understand. Anywho, so I like to go within with something that ain't right. And I like to say, bitch, let me cut off these people. Let me stop doing stuff right. And people, girl, I called you and you ignored my call. You said you're gonna come back, you never come back. Bitch, I was busy. Anywho, so I'm within and I had a spiritual encounter. Now I have a brother who we're not, well, at least what I thought, we're not that close. But in fact, we're very close. And of course, the new event that happened outside of this event, but actually was revealed to me on December the 7th, it made me think, oh my God, we're like really, 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 really close than I even imagined. It's like, wow. And this is a very religious brother of mine, very, very religious, very, very, God this and God that. We're not celebrating Christmas, none of that. Either way, so in this event that I had, spiritual experience, I'm in a vehicle and the vehicle like had no wheels or nothing. Let's just point that out, right? It had no wheels or anything. So I pull into a space, and the only thing I can tell you about is there's a meditation that we did during the AOK, I believe, or Summoner Conjure, where I won't even say what we call it, but you're actually stuck in between the dimensions of time and space. So you see, like the sun rising and setting at the same time, which is actually kind of freaky to even think about it. But you see this spiritually, right? And like I said, it can be traumatizing. That's why, once again, if you're mentally ill or you're not mentally sane, right? You're not stable with your mental health, your health is not strong, you should not be practicing spiritual stuff because it will make you go crazy, girl. You'll be like hallucinating shit after that. Like, oh my God, oh my God. Anyway, so that's where I felt like we were at. But we were definitely in a spiritual travel because, like I said, the sun was there, but it was very dim. And the hue of the space and place we were at was like weird. So I was like, oh God, it's a spiritual experience. And so we get to this house, and this house was so big, beautiful, gorgeous. And I could feel and I could, smell like this house is clean. Now, mind y'all, y'all know, well, at least I'll tell you, I'm multiracial, interracial. And so I feel more connected to my indigenous bloodline, though, on maternal and paternal side, daddy's side and mama's side. I feel more connected to my indigenous sides. Going into my look and stuff too, strong jawline, high cheekbones, skin, my hair, all that. I feel like I'm very connected to my indigenous ancestry over the European, over the Spanish, over that. So anyway, I should say London, European, and Spain, European. Okay. I don't feel really connected to those ancestors, but definitely the indigenous. So in this experience, my indigenous ancestors who looked very Asian to me, like Cambodian, okay, were in this vehicle. And once again, I knew that I was related to them. But I'm like, wait, these people are Asian. But once again, awaken, I'm like, oh, bitch, those are my ancestors. So we get to this place. And once again, this house was beautiful. It was huge. Like, God, it was so huge. And it was like duplexes in this neighborhood, right? But this was the only like big ass supersized duplex. And so I'm like, oh, okay. So I'm turning back and I'm like, I want to go in. Are y'all gonna come in there with me? And they were like, girl, that's for you to go up in there. And I'm just like, oh really? So y'all not going there with me? And they're just like, oh, okay. So bitch, I, proceed to start walking to the steps to lead me into the house. And then that's when they leave. So I'm walking, getting closer, getting closer, getting closer, going up maybe 2 or 3 flights of steps. Either way, I get there, big glass window, y'all. Like, I want to say the door was glass because I didn't see a physical door, but there was a big glass window, which I'm assuming was the door. I'm looking in and I'm seeing all these lights. And this light was so bright, y'all, and it was a golden hue. And I was like, oh my God, I want to go in. So I go open the door, and this person, which appear to look like my brother. And once again, I'm kind of thinking to myself, like, is this my brother? But no, this is not my brother. This is a spirit. And the spirit's like, you can't come in here, and I need to get you to safety. So I'm thinking, getting me to safety, bitch, is taking me into the house, running me in the house upstairs into an attic or in the basement or something. I don't know. Literally, the being comes out. We're walking down the stairs. We're going through, and I want to say walk down the stairs. I don't remember physically seeing or with my eyes seeing the stairs. I just remember we left from the doorstep or the stoop, and we're literally walking down the street, and the street was like divided into like different directions. It was like, if I have to describe it, maybe in the middle of a street, there's a, what do they call that? Like a patch of cement in the middle of the street, and then you go around. What they call that? A circle, something. Bitch, y'all know what the fuck I'm saying, girl. Y'all, if you live in California, you know what I'm saying. For sure, we got this in California. You go down a road, and you have to keep going right, and you got to completely go around the circle before you get out of the exit. It was like that street, but it had nothing in the middle. It was just open. And I just remember seeing these white, in my opinion, I thought they were cast iron gates. That's what they appeared, right? My interpretation of this, because each time we have a dream, it's our own interpretation. So either way, so he's walking me, and I'm just like, wow, oh my god, like I can't believe this. And he's like, I gotta get you to safety, blah 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 blah. So we go this way, down this street. We go this way, and literally, I see this energy coming out, and it was the only way to describe it. It was like a dog, but it had like energy around it. It was a dog, but it had energy around it. So I would say like a dog walking in fire. I don't know. Either way, we're going this way. I'm thinking that he's protecting me from this energy that I'm seeing, but I'm assuming that the dog was there to help me too. I don't know, because the dog didn't attack me. But in my mind, I was like, oh my god, I'm getting attacked by this dog. This is why he's trying to help me. But literally, when we went down this way, and I won't go over into whatever happened because I feel like there's a lot of subconscious shit. Which we went this way, and that's when something else happened. So either way, all this happened, and the whole purpose of me telling all this story was definitely signs were coming, and the spirit had to, once again, because I do feel like we know who we are, we're connected to who we are, and this is why I feel like in this current life, everybody does not have the ability to access why am I here, what happened to me before this life, why did I pick my mom and dad. If we had access to the information, everybody all the time, it'll make some people homesick. It'll make them depressed. It'll make them want to exit out even faster to go back to that. And you're not supposed to do that. And I do feel like out of all the so-called sins that we do, I do feel like taking yourself out is the most, it's the worst one, because you're resetting something that you had no control over anyway. And so I said all that to say, like I said, spirits come in here and they will show you familiar, because of course they could look like a relative. I do feel that as well, but sometimes I feel like they take on the image of the people that we know, so that way we're comfortable and we're like, oh, okay. We're not thinking, wait a minute, I know you from my life 10,000 years ago. Oh my God. And then you're getting emotional, you get trapped in there, and then you wake up and you're so down, you're so depressed. You're like, oh my God, I wanted to see him again. That type of shit. So, anywho, spirits definitely could come into our dreams or interpretations as someone else. People have told me they had dreams. 1111. Thank you, God. Yes, that's very, very powerful. Yes. Yes, 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 yes. People have literally, y'all, they have said that they've had experiences where they assumed their grandmother was coming in. Even deities. People, had dreams about beings and stuff. I heard people having experiences with Marie Laveau. I have experience of people having people telling me that experiences with Anubis, with this, with that. Either way, and they don't feel like they're connected to these beings either. I felt like, once again, this is a spirit doing this to make them comfortable, because of really, honestly, truly, if their great grandmother came down and gave them that message as their great grandmother, and that was their favorite person, it'll traumatize them. Because I told y'all, in my physical state, my grandmother, my mother's mother, passed away, and before she died, we mended our relationship, because of course, I reminded her of her past. I think I shared this with y'all. If I didn't, very lightly, and I'm be done. I reminded my grandmother of her past because I'm connected to a lot of things that she, like her, maybe that's why I'm so connected to my great grandmother. And I told you, I still feel like an aspect of her is me. Somehow it's the way we share the same spirit, whether that means I'm an incarnation of my great grandmother. Like I said, I won't get into that, but I do feel like we share a lot of similarities. I told you, even going into Venus Beach, There's a part of Florida called Venus that she was actually born in, and all this other good stuff, y'all. I'll keep that there. So I reminded my grandmother of her past, and it was a past that she was running from. And that's why I feel like the spirit manifested me, the universal God manifested me into this realm as her grandchild through one of her childs that she also didn't favorite because she really didn't. She wasn't fond of my mother. My mother felt like she was the black sheep and all that good stuff. So either way, ooh. So me coming in, like I said, it really stirred something up. And once again, that's why I tell y'all, I feel like my ancestors chose me to be the light of not just my generation and my bloodline, but for people, for y'all. Because of course, going into the experiences and the knowledge, the stuff that I have within me is to heal people. It's to heal people energetically, it's to heal people mentally, emotionally, and all that good stuff. So either way, ooh, mm, ooh. So knowing that my mother was the black sheep, once again, spirit has everything calculated, how everything should be. Me being born to my mother, spirit chose me once again to be that person, to be that beacon of light, to not only heal my mom of her past life trauma, which of course I have. My mother, I always tell y'all the story of what my mom would tell us as kids, that God loaned us to her to heal her. So me being conscious of that and me awakening and becoming who I'm supposed to be spiritually, I was like, this is definitely true. So going into my grandmother, I represent a lot of things that my grandmother's running from, as I said before. And so my grandmother, going into her last few years of living, I would say 2 years, I was given the opportunity to have a face to face with her before she slipped into her dementia, before she slipped into, oh my God, I don't remember nobody. Who the fuck are you? Cussing people out and stuff. Before she slipped into that, and of course, only God knew. I didn't know this was going to happen, but only God knew. So I had this face to face encounter with her, and of course this is a part of my healing process. But of course you don't have to get a healing from people physically. I could just be willing to forgive my grandmother, or willing to forgive somebody who instilled anger into me or who helped to traumatize me, and the universe will allow me to release that. I don't have to have a sit down with you. I don't have to write a letter to you and physically give it to you. I don't have to cuss you out and call you all the names underneath the sun to make me feel better and to get my healing. I could be willingly and telling myself, I release this. I don't want this no more. And I forgive them with anything that they're holding me to. And so, but like I said, the universe is like, no, bitch, you're going to sit down with her. So I had to sit down with my grandmother, and my cousin was there who was spoiled by my grandmother. Like, girl, he was like her favorite. And I remember we would fight too, and she would tell me, don't be kicking him. But this motherfucker was big, y'all. When I say big, he was fat as girl. My cousin was big, like tall and heavy, girl. And he would sit on my skinny ass girl. I was very, very small, y'all, very skinny. Like I don't think I got over 150 pounds until I hit like 13 when I got to high school, girl. But before that, girl, I was very small. But my cousin, he would sit on me, girl, suffocate me and shit. Like I really feel like I can't breathe. My grandma won't say shit, girl. But as soon as I kick that motherfucker off of me, or I bite the fuck off him, because he didn't like that shit. Then she's like, stop, stop. So I was like, oh my God, this bitch like this motherfucker. Okay. So, girl, I became resentful to my grandmother, and I didn't want to do that because, of course, that's my grandmother. But also hearing the stories from my mom, I was like, ooh, you little witch. You really did some shit to my mama. Anyway, and my grandmother was still loving. She was a caregiver up until the day she died. She cared for other people. She took in my grandfather's niece, and raised her, y'all, from like 19 years old until she died. I think my grandmother died before her, but she died at like 58, I think. So my grandmother took care for a very long time. Going into my uncle, who was legally, blind, deaf. He was a mute, basically. Either way, I got this healing from my grandmother, and I confronted her about how she made me feel, y'all. I confronted about how she made me feel, and she apologized, y'all. Her apologizing, y'all, was so life changing for me. It was so healing for me. And that's why I'm able to sit here and tell you guys about my healing process and everything I've been through, and why I can be still positive and I can still, help heal people. Because, like I said, that was one big thing for me, feeling left out, feeling like because I was the darkest, not really being accepted, going even being, intersex. Like I felt very different. I felt very hated by my own grandmother. And I was like, I wanted to be loved by my grandmother. And she did love me, but she had a horrible way of showing it because she, once again, didn't know how to love and accept the aspect of herself that I represented. And so by her apologizing, I lifted a lot of stuff off of me. But also I know that was also therapeutic for her. And after that, my grandmother started changing. She was being nicer to people. And people are like, yeah, I don't know what got into her and da 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 da. But they don't understand the conversation that we had. And like I said, I will always think about that because of course she's not living anymore. So going into that physically, we made our amends. I got my healing. I was able to move on. At that time, I was in a broken relationship as well, and that also allowed me to exit out because, of course, all that energy was gone. And I was like, wait a minute, why am I dealing with this energy? I don't need to seek, validation in this person. I don't need this energy no more. So physically speaking, I manifested an apartment with her help. I did some ancestor veneration, and I manifested an apartment with her help in 2008. No, excuse me. I did that place too, but this was in 2011. I manifested a place, honey, after dealing with some bullshit, y'all. Very quickly to y'all. I think in like 2 weeks, girl. I was like, I want this, and I got it. Either way, my grandmother. I'm telling y'all all this about how spirit, when they come to you, sometimes they have to cover themselves because, of course, it can be traumatizing. So, bitch, when I tell you, I had like it was a real situation. It wasn't a dream. I would say it was spiritual, definitely a spiritual experience. I literally was like moping around because I was like, oh my God, I got to pay my rent. What the fuck am I going to do? Oh my God, I need a change, blah, blah, blah. So I just remember taking a nap, and I'm there I had a chase, right? Or they call it a chase, whatever. And I just fall asleep, y'all. I used to put on, I still do it too, like binaural beat stuff. I used to put on jazz and stuff though, and like deep house. So I fell asleep to this. And in this experience, there was a knock at my door. And when I opened the door, I don't know even what made me do this because I was just like, bitch, who is this? But I opened the door, and it was a whole nother person, y'all. Very, very short, um, exotic looking woman. And she's like, hi, is this apartment number 8? And I was like, no, ma'am, this is not apartment number 8. As you can clearly see, it's apartment number 223. And she's like, oh, okay. Oh my God. I'm so sorry, right? I'm so sorry. I'm like, yeah, yeah, no, it's okay. So I shut the door. And as I shut the door, like I'm sitting there thinking to myself, like, what was all that about? And mind you, I opened the door, y'all. Now I'm looking back upon it. When I opened the door, the place I lived at, there was other apartments by that door. When you open the door, you see everybody's door. When I opened that door, there was nothing. It was like blank. But I saw her at the door, and I saw the little thing there. Either way, y'all, I shut the door. When I shut the door, I hear another knock at the door. This time it was like lighter. So I'm like, let me open this door again because maybe this bitch is still looking for the apartment, right? So I opened the door, and it was my grandmother. And I fell to the ground, y'all. I fell to the ground, and I was just like, oh my God. So wow, I won't even go into the dialogue that we had, but it made me so emotional, y'all. Even going into after I had the awakening, after I woke up from this, I was so traumatized by that experience, but not only traumatized, but I was also motivated to get my ass up, bitch, because that was her saying, bitch, you need to get up. Like I said, we shared dialogue, and she was giving me information and shit, and oh, by the way, you need to also, and this is some weird shit, y'all. But I remember I bought something that I was looking for, and I totally forgot where the fuck I put it at. And she literally told me, Oh, by the way, this is in that hall closet, and you need to get rid of it because blah 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 blah. Before she left. So when I woke up, like I said, I was motivated. I got that, and I was like, let me go see. I opened that hall closet, y'all. Why was it right there? Now, mind you, I've always looked, girl. I looked in the closet. I looked everywhere. Like, where the fuck is this at? Girl, it was right there. So it was her, like I said, conveying a message to me. And like I said, I was traumatized because I was like, damn, I really miss her. I wish that I would have that closeness with her in the awakened state long before. And I always said that. And after this point, I let that go too. But up until that point, I would always say, damn, I wish my grandmother would apologize to me when I was a kid. But once again, tying into universal timing and trusting the process. When you awaken to who you are and you becoming who you are, person, places, and things that are meant for you to be connected to at that time will stay connected to you until it's time for you to release them. So if my grandmother would apologize to me when I was a lot younger, my great awakening would have probably happened a lot sooner, and it would have happened before energy was sent to us to be awakened. Seeds were planted into us subconsciously to be awakened or to put to sleep, depending on your story, because now we're going into the Mayan timeline and stuff and the Great Rift and all that. Then of course, like I said, girl, it would have been a whole nother story. But things happened the way it should have happened, and even going into that growth spurt, like I said, that was a growth spurt for me. 2012, going into 2013, that was definitely a growth spurt. I believe that I moved into that place. Yeah, it was probably March of 2012, and like I said, girl, that was a growing process. And after that, another. So, like I said, I look back on my chapters and my experiences, and I just elevated because there was aspects of me that needed to be healed, and I got that healing. I moved forward. Going into, going, like I said, I won't go into it too much. Going into the healing, the passing of my sister. I'm not completely healed from that, but I can look at her picture. I can talk to her. I can talk about her without getting too emotional about it because, of course, there's things that I needed. So me relocating, it allowed me to heal, and this has opened up more opportunities, and more opportunities are coming as we speak. Opportunities are opening up, and of course some of them I would share publicly with y'all, some of them I won't, because of course this is my life, this is for me to experience. And of course we could say that's the human side of me, the bitter side of me, bitch. In 20 motherfucking 2008, bitch, when I had no food in my fucking apartment, what was people that was wanting to know my information now? Where were you at back then? Hello? Hello? Yeah, bitch. Let's talk about it, honey. When I was a kid and I was being bullied, where were you at then? So it's like, yeah, bitch, you're not gonna get a piece of me now that I'm fully healed, or in that process of being healed, but I can move on and I can move freely. I don't have baggages on me. I don't have dead weights pulling me down and stop me from reaching my highest point. Bitch, where were you at? And I'm not talking to y'all. I'm talking about, other people and shit, y'all. Anywho, so yeah, that's pretty much it, y'all. I'm excited about the Omicron event. This is going to be a very, very life changing event. And I know I've said this before, but it is going to be life changing. I think all the events we have are life changing, but this is going to be really, really deep. Going into the person who's coming to see me from out of state, okay? Girl, like I said, it's going to be some real tea, y'all. And so I'm so grateful. I'm so appreciative of the universal God. I'm so appreciative of y'all, my supporters. I'm so appreciative of people who are allowing me to tap in. Oh, come on in here. And let's look at the comments, honey. Yes, honey, come on in here. Ow, yes, honey. Oh, wow, come on in. Hey, Ariel, how are you doing, honey? Come on in, Joey Donardo, honey. Yes, Leonardo Donardo. You relate to him, honey? Oh, shit, that's Leonardo DiCaprio. Ignore that, Joey. Come on in here, Invermectin. That's why I'm Dee. Always hated shoes, etc. In the house, people spit everywhere. Right? Oh, girl. Dee. You gonna get me itching. Ooh, you gonna get me itching. I'm Dee. Please don't do that. Ooh, coming on. All is well. Season greetings. Yes, honey. Come on, Jolly. Who you are? Yes, honey. Ew. Yes, honey. Come on in here. Yes, honey. Yes, come on in. Yes, come on in here. Yes, Jay. How you doing? Yes, come on, shadow work. Yes, shadow work, honey. Yes. Always important to do, honey. Always important to do. Shadow work helps us to not be jealous, to not be resentful, not to be hateful towards others. Shadow work allow us to heal, allow us to see the loving aspect of all things and everything, allow us to have positive impressions and even looks on ourselves, right? Which builds self-esteem. Honey, get that mind right, honey. Hello? Yes, honey. Come on. Thank you, TC. Who you doing? Yes, honey. How you doing? How you doing? Come on here, Merkaba. Yes, honey. Shout out to my fellow Jewish mystics out there, honey. Yes, honey. My fellow Jewish mystics. Yes, honey. Come on in here. How you doing? A lot of these religions will have you venerating sticks instead of the true power. That's right. That's right. Yes, honey. Sri. Yes, honey. Sri Ganapate. Yes, honey. We're always giving praise and honor to the spirits that always holds a high position of our life, honey. What that said about Jesus, I want to give a shout out to Jesus Christ, the Lord and Savior, and the guider of my life. I know that's right, honey. For me, it's Ganesha. For me, it's Ganesha, y'all. I want to show y'all something, y'all. Can I show y'all something? Ganesha don't mind this. Ooh, God, this bitch is heavy, y'all. Isn't this cute? Isn't this cute, y'all? Girl, look at Ganesh, honey. Girl. And I love the details on all that, y'all. Look at that. This was gifted to me by one of the bazaars I went to, honey. Yes, honey, look at that, y'all. My favorite color, purple. Look at that, y'all. Beautiful, huh? Isn't it so beautiful? Ganesha's beautiful. Sometimes I wish I had an elephant head, honey. I wish I could have somebody to put an elephant head on me, honey. I wanna bring on the likeliness of Ganesha, honey. I'm a Ganeshian, honey. You're a Christian, I'm a Ganeshian. Hello? Pluto. Anyway, thank you, Mr. for the spiritual teas. I gotta go, but we'll tune in for replay level. Like, thank you. Come on here, Jaleel. Thank you so much, Jaleel, honey. Al, thank you so much for your support, honey. Thank you so much, Jaleel. Ganesh is really on it right now. Yes, he is, honey. Yes, that's why storms in Cali aren't really heavy and don't last long. I know that's right. Troubles don't last always. But there's a friend named Ganesha who will wipe your tears away. Come on. And if your heart is broken, what? Just lift your hands and say, oh, I know that I can make it. Come on, Ganesha. I know that I can. Ah! Yes, honey, listen. Ooh, girl, my eyes are like blurred now from that crying, honey. Ooh. And earthquakes, other states are worse supposedly. Yes, like the Madrid. Yes, honey, come on in here. Yes, even the rainstorm the other night only lasted a day or two, but the aftermath was crazy. Large tree branches all over the streets, and so our experience was definitely rare. Yes, but you know what? Let me tell you what happened though, because they kept talking about California drop, California drop, California drop, California drop, California drop, California drop. That storm took us out of the red. Keep playing if you want to. Because you know we can have it raining for 40 days and 40 nights. So come on in here. We can have it raining for 40 days and 40 nights. Bitch, how? Can we talk about it right now? Let's talk about it for a minute, motherfuckers. We can have it raining for 40 days and 40 nights. Let's not do that. How? Yes, law of attraction, but also laws of correspondence, vibration, and assumption all go into along with the others. But I'm realizing manifesting these for a lot. It sure do. And of course, once again, like the magnet, I bring this up all the time with the magnet. So magnets are dual, right? They have the ability to attract each other and the ability to repel each other. So the same thing with that. We are magnetic beings and we will either attract things or repel things. A lot of us are repelling healing, we're repelling needs, we're repelling whatever it is that we're needing because we have things that are blocking us. We need to release that. We need to let go and release. And once again, the Omicron event, I'm gonna show you how. I'm gonna show you how in the Omicron event, honey. You got good memory, you definitely can do it. Whether you pay for the extended support or just the support during the event, but you definitely are gonna know how to identify, release, and keep identifying and keep saying, "Oh yeah, something ain't right. My energy is start off." Yeah, we're gonna definitely go into that, honey. And like I said, we're gonna do a little something on here too. Hopefully tomorrow we're gonna see, honey. I feel like people who got the vaccine became a little more violent or depressed. I notice everyone I know. Listen, no shade at all to anybody. Have you noticed since the vaccine and stuff that people have been going crazy? I don't know about y'all, but I live in a very nice um y'all, or at least a nice part of this area. And I told y'all that that shooting that happened, and my car was one of the cars that got hit. It's like, girl, like even the neighbor was like, girl, we moved out of the ghetto, and now this shit is following us here. I was like, oh, wait a minute, ma'am, girl, don't be attracted over here, girl. Anywho, so going into that, I was going to start with that. Fuck, I'm thinking about that now. Oh, going into that, there has been a lot of crimes, like stores being broken into, lock boxes being like, girl. There's a lot of tea that has been taking place all around California. People getting followed and getting robbed for groceries. Where people come out the store, they follow you. You get to your car, you get girl. They follow you home, and you get to your house, girl. Bam, girl, they taking all your groceries. Oh, it's getting crazy. That's how I'm like, girl, y'all can go to believe what y'all want to believe. Girl, oh, this bitch is peeking out the motherfucking ass. This bitch just saying, no, mom, I'm telling you what I'm telling you what I'm telling y'all. There are spirits, there are energies being sent out, and there are spirits being awakened because your frequencies are lowered. We have the ability, and of course, I'm be done. We have the ability to be angelic or demonic beings, going into Jesus Christ and Lucifer, same being, different aspects. We have ability to be demon-like or god-like. And so when our frequencies are dropped due to medicines and due to foods and due to alcohol, whatever, beverages, foods, all the good stuff. Now when vibrations are sent out, these energies are activated in you. So now people are starting to do stupid shit. That's why I know people be thinking I be cursing. I be driving down the road, honey. I play my binaural beats. I play my mantras. I play my motivational words as I drive. I do that all the time, girl. People be looking like, who the fuck is bitch talking about? I remember the other day I was watching something. Well, I was watching, but it was on the phone, but I was listening, talking about peace and stuff. And they brought up the police girl, and right when they brought the police girl, the police was right there by me. I said, "Oh, let me turn this down," because they gonna probably be like, "Wait a minute, is this bitch?" Yeah, I was like, "Let me turn this down. I'm planning something, honey. I'm planning a little something, saying." But yes, honey, people are definitely becoming more depressed and more violent because there's energies being sent out and it's being awakened with this. And those who got the jab, they're more prone to these energies awakening, right? So I'm glad those of you who signed up for the Omicron event, I would say at least 3 of you are actually vaccinated. So definitely it's going to benefit you. Those who are not vaccinated, you still have the ability to get hit by this energy as well. Because of course, unless you're eating clean, unless you're doing, energy clearing every day, twice a day, unless you're on top of your spiritual shit, which you should be. And I told you I've been cracked down on it since motherfucking July. Like we're talking about heavy, heavy, heavy. Yeah, unless you're not on that, unless you're doing that, you too can also get that energy of depression, that energy of doing weird shit. So we got to be very mindful of that. Light is life. We as humans are light. But when it was said before, now I really took time to understand it. Life of the soul. I know that's right, honey. I know that's right, honey. We are the light, honey. Yes, honey. Yes. Yep, Fiona got her karma, ended up in a version of hell with him. I know that's right. Come on in here, Fiona. Ow! Yes, understanding has truth and it brings up the thought of overstanding, which is ridiculous. Right. We know that because even the word understanding means to see it from within. Now, once again, going into mind, I keep telling you this, your mind has power over everything. Our minds dictate how we receive things, like the word bitch. The word bitch doesn't have power. Even the word hex and curse, I'm cursing you. These things have no power unless you are open to receive it, unless you are receptive to it. And that's how that go. So going into oh shit, it clicked right down. Come on here, Grand Madam. Going into understanding. They have to go extra with it and be like, I overstand. Because they're thinking that, well, I say understand, there's a curse put upon me, and I'm not seeing things the word really is. Girl, you either is or you ain't. You either are or you're not. Like, there's no such thing as, bitch, I'm not going to say understand because that's an understatement. Girl. Words have power, but the words that have the power behind the words is what you make of it. Once again, going into my example of bitch. Okay, girl, I use bitch as a term of endearment. And it could be because I had an auntie Marcella that would always call people bitch. Bitch, bitch, bitch. You know, but it was a term of endearment. She didn't like you or she never called you a bitch. And I figured that out a long time ago. I said, wait a minute, she never called her the B word. And then my mom was like, well, you know she can't stand her, right? You know she can't stand Cabrisha. And I'm like, well, I already knew that because she never called her bitch. So, girl, with me, like I said, something different. But some people, they get, oh my God, he called me a bitch. Oh my God, girl, I can't believe you called me a bitch. And just like, girl, why you let that word have power over you, though? Any word, nigga, because we can talk about it, girl. We use the word nigga because it gives us back our power that the white man took from us. The white man never called you a nigga. He called you something else, honey. So words have power. So, bitch, either way, girl, if a white man used that word as a term of endearment because you use that as a term of endearment, girl, he can do that. Well, no, he can't because he don't understand. Listen, honey, words have power, but the power behind the words is what you give it. So long as he's not saying nigga, girl, bye. You can say whatever the fuck you want to say, girl. Anywho. So yes, going into understand, like I say, yeah, honey, they said it because they didn't feel like that's an understatement if I say understand. So I gotta say I overstand. Yeah, but for me, overstand, like I said before, is overthinking something, exaggerating, overdoing it. And no shame, but in the spiritual streets, the Philadelphians and the Bobby Venetian Hematicians definitely was exaggerating shit. They were making shit up because the shit they were putting out there in the world, they couldn't apply to their own life, and they got God. Now, like I said, this allegedly, this is what they talk about word on the spiritual streets. That's what exactly took place. So I'm just like, girl, see how exaggeration gets y'all together? Oh, girl, my forehead is fucking itching, honey. Bill, I wanna clip your hair. Can I cut your hair, mama? I want to cut her hair down, honey. Anyway, honey. Yes, you make the life, honey. Yes, honey. Yeah, that's not even notification. I know that's right, Grand Madam. Double click that bell, Grand Madam. Ow! Hey, Grand Madam, internet with all of our notifications. But yes, they are. Listen. Come on in here. Hey, Magic Cat. Yes, honey. How are you? Yes, honey. How you? Where you been at? I know that's right, honey. It's been a while, honey, huh? Oh shit! I never get a notification. I got lucky today. I know that's right, Magic Cat, because I be hating. A roundabout. Come on in here, Grand Madam. A roundabout. Yes, a roundabout. Yes, honey. Listen, I tell people that I'm lightweight shadow brain Magic Cat because I told y'all, with the other channel, we not go to much other channel, but they wanted me to submit. And I said, bitch, fuck you and your mama too. I'm not submitting. They said, bitch, what? You not gonna submit? So bitch, we gonna take your channel. Bitch, bam. I said, okay, bitch. So, bitch, like I said, we still ain't submitting. And they said, bitch, yeah, we're gonna make sure you don't get no people coming in. See, that's fine. I'm okay with that. Like I said, you two don't give me a check anyway, honey. No, for real, I resonate with that. My ancestors brought me to you. Mystic, you're literally a light bringer on this plane. Thank you so much, Jay, honey. I really feel humbled by that. Thank you so much. Yes, honey. Tears of happiness. I know that's right, Grand Madam. Yes, honey. Grand Madam, you felt that, honey. You felt that, Grand Madam. Yes, honey. You definitely know. Tears of happiness. That is the most liberating, freeing thing. I'm telling y'all, when you open yourself up and you leave baggage where it's at, it's a very good feeling. Somebody was like, oh, this bitch like cutting people off. One of my friends, she's like, girl, listen, I'm trying to work it out between our friendship because I know you don't mind cutting nobody off because you don't give a fuck about friendships. And I have to interject and say, no, excuse me, ma'am. I care about friendships, but I want healthy friendships. I don't need a friendship girl where you're using me. I don't need a friendship girl where we're not on the same frequency. I need healthy friendships. So that's what it's about. So it's not about me not caring about friendship. Like I said, I will cut you off if I don't feel like it's not working out between us. It's like a relationship. You're not going to date a man or woman if you're in your right mind and you know it's not working out. Oh, we don't have sex. Oh, he don't do me like he used to do me no more, but I'm still going to be with him for the sake of the children. No, girl, you're spiritually dead. You're spiritually dead, and that's why things are going on. That's why things are getting fucked up. The money ain't right. The health ain't right. The spirit is not right. That's why. When relationships have served their purpose, we need to move on and leave it with peace. Don't be bitter when a man wants to leave. You're the woman, hey, babe, it's not working out. What? It's not working out, bitch? Fuck you. Yeah, let's not be bitter. Because all the relationships become, I just saw a story actually 2 days ago Oh my God, synchronicity of a girl who met a guy on the East Coast who was an exchange student for Venezuela. The guy was here for 3 months and he murdered her in cold blood because she did not want to date him anymore. She felt like it was not working out. And I'm like, that has to be some very traumatic, deep rooted issues within the person. We already know it is already because you don't value somebody else's life. But to really want to, because nobody want to be with you, you feel rejected and you're like, oh, I got to take her out because she rejected me. It's like, sis, bruh, you need to work on yourself. Whatever trauma that is, and that's what I tell y'all. Like, girl, when I date people, I get to know them. Like, I don't care about how cute you look, how much money you got, what you could get me. Like, I need to know that mind, bruh. How was your relationship with your mama and your daddy? What about your siblings? Are you working that out? Because if you're not, yeah, we can't do it. Because if you could fuck over blood, why would you fuck me over? I'm not connected to you. I'm just something fun. Why would you fuck me up? And that's what people don't be understanding. When a person show their true colors, bitch, they gotta go. They had a thing that I saw too a couple of weeks ago. I told you I watched that ID shit. A woman had a baby by a man. He was cussing out his mama, calling her this and that. She would tell her family, like, "Ooh, girl, he's so disrespectful. We're gonna call him Dee. No, that's too close. We're gonna call him D." Yeah, girl, he called his mama a hoe or this and that, and then it's like, well, if you a hoe, if your mama a hoe, you a son of a hoe, whatever. I'm thinking to myself when they're telling this story, I'm like, yeah, mama, you need to leave that man alone because he disrespecting his mama like that. He don't care about you, girl. Why he end up killing this lady in broad daylight, girl, and had nerve in front of people, girl, in front of people, y'all, in front of people. To drag her body out the house, put in the trunk of the car, and drive to an unknown destination. Mama, like I said, if they're willing to disrespect blood, they have no respect for you. You're not blood. You're not blood, honey. Okay. Yes, honey. Mystic, the ancestral experience is wonderful. I know that's right, honey. Come on in. We love our ancestors, honey. Yes, we do. We love them, honey. We're open to all information that the universe has to give us via the ancestors, honey. Come on here, Kiana. Who you doing? Yes, honey. Yes, honey. That ceramic is so detailed, right? Right? Right, honey? I said, listen. Gum ganapati namaha. Come on in here. Yes, honey. Ganesha. Yes, honey. The Ghana people, girl. Come on here, my Ghana people. No, not the Ghana like from the country Ghana. I'm talking about my y'all know if y'all know Ganesha, y'all know exactly what I'm talking about. I'm gonna leave that there. If y'all know Ganesha, y'all know what type of Ghana I'm talking about, honey. Shout out to my Ghana people, okay? Yes, honey. Ow. Yes, honey. Listen, I just want to read y'all see, honey. Yes, honey. Ow, hair work. Listen. I know that's right. Listen, y'all. Ooh, y'all, it's on 11:46 right now. Ooh, girl. Mm. Funny story, y'all. So yesterday, y'all, I had to do so much stuff, y'all. I caught myself. Don't y'all hate this? Does this happen to y'all? I set an alarm in my mind, right? But I also put a physical one, right? I said, let me put an alarm on my phone. And I first thought, let me wake up at this time. But I set an alarm for another time. Y'all, I know waking up. Mind y'all, we were up watching Rosemary Baby, and we were up watching another movie, y'all. Literally from like 11 to like 5 a.m. So I woke up 3.5 hours later, y'all, fully up. Because I was like, okay, bitch, let's just get it. I was like, no, let me take it out. I was like, fuck. I was like, why the fuck I wake up at 8:30? I want to wake up at fucking 9:30. The fuck? I want to wake up at fucking 9:30. Why the fuck I wake up at 8:30? So anyway, girl, I'm up doing my thing, y'all. Sure enough, girl. Oh, see, Spirit knew. Spirit knew what was gonna be tea. Girl, it was a long ass process, y'all. We're talking about from 9:15. And I said, yeah, if I would wake up at 9:30, girl, I would have definitely got woke up out my fucking sleep. It was from 9:15, y'all, until 2:33. Now, I wasn't complaining because I said, why they do their thing. I'll go run my errands, bitch. I went to all the places I need to go get some more stuff for the Omicron event. Not all the stuff. I'm getting the rest of the stuff on Monday. But I got some of the Omicron event. There's something else another place I needed to go, but I didn't go to. So I was like, damn, that's going to be a drive. Ooh, girl. driving down there and all that traffic. And yes, there's a lot of freeways to get there, but I'm like, damn, girl, it should be only a 20-minute drive, and that shit gonna take me an hour. Do I want to do that? When 12 o'clock hit, y'all, mind y'all, I thought it was only gonna be a 2-hour process. When 12 o'clock hit, y'all, I was going to sleep with my eyes open. I was like, girl, I was like, what the fuck? So, bitch, I was like, let me call somebody to stay up. So I called one of my sisters, and I'm up, y'all. But girl, when they said it's up, then it's up, and it's up, then it's stuck, bitch, it would definitely wasn't stuck. Bitch, soon as they were like, okay, blah, 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 bam, did the thing, got in, came in the house. Bitch, I laid down for like 2 minutes. I think I turned on the movie They Live or something. Girl, I dozed off, y'all, like quickly. I was so exhausted. I think I was catching up on that sleep because as soon as I came back home, when I woke from nap, I had to go out and do some more stuff. I had like 1 or 2 things I had booked. Either way, bitch, I came back at like what, 9 o'clock, y'all? About 9:45, I'm feeling myself doze out. I'm like, bitch, let me go brush my teeth before I forget. Brush my teeth, floss, brush my teeth, bitch, laid down. It was 10 o'clock. Bitch, I did not want to go to bed. I did not want to go to bed on damn 10 o'clock, y'all. When I tell y'all that I dozed the fuck off and I woke up at like, I think at 3 in the morning, fully awake, I said, bitch, we ain't waking up at this. We're not waking up at no damn 3 o'clock every fucking day. No, girl, because my brain does that. I was like, bitch, let's go back to sleep, bitch. Went back to sleep, forced myself back to sleep, y'all. I woke up at like 6:25, and then I'm like, ooh, do I want to make this my permanent hour? I was like, no, let me go back to sleep. So I ended up going back to sleep, and of course, I woke up at 8:26. I was like, damn, girl. So I'm like, yeah, let me go get some more of the shit I need done, honey. I have 2 appointments booked today. I also have my nails that I'm gonna be getting done today. Oh, girl. I want to do a piece for the little documentary that I told you I'm putting together for y'all. I want to go record a little bit of footage of that today, but I'm just like, girl, on a Friday, girl, valet parking first of all, and that's nothing to y'all. Whoever invented valet parking, I'm annoyed by that shit, and it's not cute for me. Okay, so where I live at, there's a lot of places that offer valet parking. A lot of places, y'all, like cleaner. What is it? Yeah, cleaners for the clothes, restaurants. It was another valet parking. What was it? Oh, so you didn't have to park your car way over there, y'all, and walk way over here. So they're like, oh, we'll do valet parking for $15. Like, baby, why come to this place if you don't want to drive your car way over there to go fucking shopping? Don't come here, sis. Order online. Oh, girl, that shit annoyed me. And I say that because it be really clogging up traffic, y'all. So literally, to get into this place where all the stuff is at, y'all, that I want to go to, all the shopping places, all the makeup places, the stores and all the good shit, girl, I said that parking is going to be a bitch. And I could like illegally park for like 20 minutes, but I'm like, I don't want to rush that. You know what I mean? Like I could do 2 stores in that time, maybe even order online and go pick up in store. I don't know. I could do that too, but I'm like, no. So by the way, like I said, I'm thinking about that. Like, I don't want to do that today though, because that's gonna be on Friday of all days, girl. Tomorrow might be crazy too. Sunday may not be crazy, and I believe Monday won't be crazy. So I'm like, yeah, if I don't do it today, I'll do that probably on Monday. But I do want to go before Monday because I do want to get some stuff. Anyway. So yeah. Oh, they see, honey, the Ghanaian people. Yes, honey. Yes, honey. We're gonna say Ghana. Mm-hmm. We're gonna say Ghana people. Okay. If you know, you know. If you know, you know. If you don't, you don't. So, anywho, you guys, listen. I'm gonna go. I hope you guys have a good Friday. Thank y'all so much for stopping by here this early day. I always feel blessed. I always feel grateful when y'all come in here, honey. Yes. So, anywho, thank y'all so much for stopping by here. Remember, honey, Blogspot, twospiritminister.blogspot.com if you're interested in service on the good stuff. Oh, I also said too, I was going to be okay, so y'all give me until tomorrow. Check the Blogspot tomorrow for the little mini thing that I'm going to be offering for those of you who are not able to make it to the Omicron event, but you're still trying to get some tea for that tea. We'll keep that there. Ooh, excuse me. Definitely check the blog spot for that, okay? So anyway, y'all, love and light, honey. Thank y'all once again. Thank you so much, Norma. Same to you, honey. The day is just about to get started right now. I'll love and light to you too. Well, yes, honey. Oh, listen, Jay, me neither. Woo! Jay, listen. Jay, when I tell you we are ready, we are ready. We're like Freddie Jackson. Freddie Jackson. Freddie, are you ready? Yes, honey. We ready, honey. We ready, girl. We ready, honey. What happened to Freddie Jackson? I always feel like him and Luther Vandross is connected. I'm gonna have to do a reading or something on that. I feel like Luther Vandross and Freddie Jackson is connected. I feel like they did some you know. I won't say too much, but I'm gonna say too much because we know that Auntie Patty girl. We know that she loved the Queen. So any man that Auntie Patty connected like that, I'm like, girl, Auntie Patty. We know she's a good old Queen hag, girl. She loved her some Queens. She loved her some Sylvester, which we love dearly. You know, rest in peace. He died way before I was even thought of. And then going into you know, allegedly everybody else, girl, because allegedly, girl, you know, I definitely think Michael and Prince was also some queens. Bitch, y'all could be mad at me if you want to. You know, Prince was more on the bisexual side, but I definitely feel like Michael was definitely a queen, honey. Okay, hello, we gotta pay our respects to the very first public transgender in America, honey. Michael. No, let me stop. Anyway, y'all, bye, y'all. Love and light. Yes, honey. Love and light, y'all. Yes, honey. Come on, Sylvester, play that song. Feel. What did it say? Uh, um, you make me feel my mighty real. Hey, you make me feel my. Listen, girl, now before I go, and listen, I'm gonna be done, y'all. So there was a girl back in the day, okay, Miss Mama. You know, she had over a lot of surgery. I need to tell you this before I go, y'all, because this comes to my mind every time Sylvester come out. So Mama, and before this, I heard of Sylvester, but I never knew who Sylvester was, like what he looked like and shit. Girl, Mama was cutting in talking about you look like Evelyn Braxton. Oh, girl, Mama said I look like Evelyn Braxton. Who else she said looked like? There was another person she said looked like, and she said, "Girl, when you're not done up, you give me Sylvester." So I'm just like, okay, knowing Spanish that I'm Vesti, is she trying to say I look like a transvestite? What the fuck is bitch trying to say? I look like a silver queen? Girl, madam, I Googled Sylvester. This was like 2014. I Googled Sylvester and I said, oh, you raggedy dog. Now, the gag is, Grand Madam, she looked more like Sylvester than I did. And now I'm not saying Sylvester was ugly, but me being a trans woman girl, that's not the look I want. So I'm like, sis, you paid all that money to look like a transgender version of Sylvester. Like what you look like before the surgeries. And the crazy thing about it is, y'all, she didn't look like Sylvester before she had the surgeries. But at Mama girl, like I'm not being shady, I'm not being funny. You know, God bless the deceased and let them rest peacefully. But I would show y'all a picture of her side by side with Sylvester. Mama looked just like Sylvester. And I'm like, sis, you spend $250,000 on nose jobs and facial implants and chin reduction, all shit, and you look like Sylvester, girl. And then you have noticed that I look like Sylvester, and then talk about I look like Evelyn Braxton. Like, that's not an insult to me, girl, either way. I'm not insulted by looking like Sylvester or insulted by looking like Evelyn Braxton. Then when they say Wendy Williams, like, girl, you're naming people who are multi-millionaires. So I'm not offended by that, sis. What I am offended by is that you thought you were going to cuss me out and read me down, say I look like somebody when you actually look like them. So I was just gagging like, Mama tried it. I think Mama had a lace front too, like Sylvester. It was a wedding girl. You know when Sylvester had that wet hair in that video when he was with Marsha Wash, girl. You know, whoo hoo. Anyway, she gave me that tea. Girl, she had a lace front, Grand Madam. A lace front girl. She had a lace front that looked like that. And I'm like, girl, Mama loves Sylvester. And that's why she's trying to cut in on me looking like Sylvester. Because Mama loves her some Sylvester. Then another person said DJ something, girl. They were like, you look like DJ. And I'm just like, girl. This someone said I look like CeeLo Brown. I also look like Eddie Murphy. I'm just like, girl, where's my money at? I need to do some videos or something, girl, so I get paid those checks, girl. Because apparently these people are my dads and shit, girl. I need to definitely get the tea. But anyway, I tell y'all that story, girl. She was like, "Yeah, you look like Sylvester," and I was like, "Girl, he got nice music, ma'am, but." Uh, yeah, sis, that's the look you're giving me. You're giving me Sylvester, bitch. Yeah, you're giving me that. Rest in peace. But anywho, like I said, Auntie Patty, she loved her some Queens girl. So we know she was best friends with Sylvester. And I'm like, girl, all the other girls she connected to, they definitely were Queens too, okay? Anyway, I gotta go, y'all. Loving